The way I felt about group lessons in the beginning, I'll be honest, it was one of those things where this is something different. This is something new. I don't know if I ever want to have anybody else ever watch me struggle. But at the same time, I was thinking, I got to give myself at least a month, give myself at least a month to figure out if this is going to work for me because you never write something off the first time. You have to give it a fair shot. And I felt really good walking out of the first week. I felt even better walking out of week two because a lot of the things that I needed to have corrected and the things I wanted to learn were beginning to get installed at that point in time. So it was really, it was energizing. And the more that I was there by the end of that month, there was no question about whether or not I was going to continue to take lessons or not.
When I first started taking group lessons, like the first ever lesson, I was pretty nervous and unsure, but it's like starting anything that's new. You don't know who you're going to meet or what the class is going to be like, but very quickly I felt super comfortable and just really enjoy the group classes now. I kind of look forward to seeing new faces and familiar faces, so it's just a lot of fun.
It was interesting at first because I had taken some guitar lessons over the years, but it was always like a one-on-one thing. And I really liked that teacher. He was very knowledgeable about music and jazz, but I kind of also didn't like that. Like he'd give me a homework assignment, I'd like really dig in and I'd do it, and I'd go the next week and he like kind of like wouldn't even ask me. And then the next week he'd give me something to do and I wouldn't practice it, and then he would ask me, and I was just like, oh, so yeah, this is just completely different. It was a little tough at first hearing like everyone else play at the same time. You get used to it and you just kind of focus on what you're doing. Everyone else is just focusing on what they're doing too, so you get used to it.
The idea of group lessons, the first day I arrived, I was terrified. I was terrified for a while. I sat in the back of the room and I did not talk to anyone.
The first like 3 weeks, I didn't even plug in when we were practicing. I was playing electric and I was just playing and I knew I could hear what I was doing and that was fine. But then it turned into, okay, I'm going to plug in now. And I was like, okay, now I'm going to allow myself to turn up a little bit. And now I don't care.
I'm one of those people now that if I'm sitting in that outer room, right, and someone new comes in, I'm always so very helpful because when I first started, I didn't know where to go, who to talk to, what to do. So someone new shows up and I'm like, oh, this is Corbin. It's really awesome. You're really going to enjoy yourself. And they're like, well, what do you do? And I'll be like, you'll be fine. And it's like, just so welcoming to new people that come in that just don't know what to do.
When I first walked into the studio and I was talking to one of the teachers, he told me that it was a group lessons, and he could probably tell on my face that I was like I'm not fond of playing in front of other people. But then he told me that if you improve, then everyone's happy for you. And if you don't improve or you do poorly, then nobody cares. And the minute I stepped into the group lessons, I immediately saw that. It's a very supportive community. There's no competition in this whatsoever. Everybody is just there to support you, no matter what.
You'll get surprised sometimes during the lesson. They'll stop and like, all right, everyone's going to go one at a time doing the thing they've been working on. It's like, oh, snap. You can't hide. And it's not like everyone's judging you or anyone's going to be harsh or anything, but it's just kind of like there's that accountability.
You can ask other students questions. You learn off of other students. Plus, I don't know, it feels more comfortable. The teachers come around to each student, ask if anyone's struggling. It feels low key.
You can all relate to each other. Everyone has something in common, guitar. And perhaps somebody who just started has a question about something that I would already know. It's always great to go over it again. Even if they're working on something basic, there's always things that like I could further refine.
I just wish I had more time to actually spend at the studio. I have a great time every time I'm there. At first, I was kind of an introvert, and now I don't know. I'm getting the leadership award. I try to be as uplifting to everybody as they were to me when I first started. I think that you do take things from these lessons, but it is so much more rewarding to help give it back too.
It's a little intimidating at first, but everybody there is super nice, super welcoming. We're all just here to learn. You'll get out of it what you put into it, basically.